What's going on, everybody? Gamer King Tario here, and today we got something a little different for you guys. This is going to be a Let's Play kind of thing, featuring Civilization 5 Gods and Kings. This is a new expansion that was released last month, late June, that I've picked up recently and I've been playing a lot of. I really enjoy the Civilization games. If you were to look at my Steam account and you were to, see, I think I have like 35, 40 games on Steam, and you'll see which game I've played the most. It's actually Civilization 5. It's not Skyrim, it's not Oblivion, it's not Team Fortress, it's not Shogun, or any of the Total Wars. It's Civilization 5. This is a game that I played almost religiously and exclusively for months at a time. So I have hundreds of hours into Civilization 5. I love strategy games. I love everything about them. How you really, especially Civilization 5, which the smallest details, and the smallest little advantages, you can push those with Civilization. It makes every game unique. It makes every game, something that's a little bit different. If I was on a desert island and I had a solar-powered laptop, Civilization 5 would be the game. If I could have one game on that hard drive, Civilization 5 would be that game, because I think it's infinitely replayable, and I do think it is one of the better civilizations. And you could argue is 2 better, is 4 better, is 5 better. And there's a lot of people that I talked to that really didn't like 5. They like the combat aspect of 5, which I think most everyone agrees that's better than the giant, roving block armies that were in Civilization 4, the way, each unit takes up its own square, etc. But a lot of people thought that Civilization 5 was a little too simple, and it lacked a lot of the depth. And I don't necessarily think that's fair, because Civilization 4, while it was a deeper game and it did, was a little more cumbersome, Civilization 4, in my opinion, didn't really get rolling until all of the expansions started coming. It had excellent expansions, 3 really good expansions on top of an already deep game that added different gameplay elements. So this is... if you're not familiar, you played Civilization 5 and you haven't played it in a while, they've actually done a lot of different things to changing the game over the course of the last 2 years. They've done a really good job, in my opinion, of making me wanting to keep playing it, whether it's releasing new nations or it's, gameplay tweaks. So this is the first big expansion. So I thought we'd go through and play it, and see, some of the things that are really different about the game, some of the different things if you're a seasoned Civ 5 guy, or girl, or if you're kind of new to it and maybe you skipped it or you're not that familiar with strategy games. So we'll go through and show you guys, what it is. So we've started here with the Mayan here. I figured it's 2012. It's July 2012. So we've got about 6 months until the end of the world. If you follow the Mayan calendar, which you should, I believe it's universal. So we got about 6 months. And so I figured, why not pay homage with the Mayans? And, it's a new nation in Civilization 5, Gods and Kings. And so some of the bonuses that the Mayans get is they get a early archer unit, which I absolutely love. You're able to, you don't have to research archery right away if you've got roving barbarians around, or you got another civilization that might be threatening you, especially, an Aztec or Japanese, a war nation that's, beside you. You might be in a little bit of trouble. You gotta be a little defensive and, spend a tech point on archery. Here, you're able to get that archer or that ranged unit. It's not really an archer, but it is a ranged unit up early. And also offensively, this is a huge advantage with a warrior if you build the ranged unit and you get it instantly in most cases. And it's a great asset. I love the early units. To me, they're the best units in the game. If you're going to get a unit bonus, then getting a ranged unit is the way to go. They also get, pyramids, which are a faith-based building, which I will discuss a little bit later. And their special power, quote unquote, their special ability is they're going to get a great person every Mayan calendar, or long Mayan calendar. They'll get to pick from a great person. And essentially you get to choose great people. And you can't choose the same great person, though. So you can't just pick, great engineer, great engineer every time the Mayan calendar rolls around. You're going to have to, mix those up a little bit. So while we're out scouting around, you'll see we're in the early stages. We get a barbarian up close. We've got a ton of water around us. So this is, going to be a water. That's why I'm getting sailing early. I've got a bunch of fishes, or a bunch of farmable water tiles around me, and we do have some luxuries around me as well. So we're getting our worker going. So while that's going on, I thought I would go ahead and explain a little bit about faith. And faith is the new resource. You'll kind of see there's two main gameplay components that have been added in Gods and Kings, and they are faith and religion, and there's espionage. Espionage is, goes into much later in the game. We won't get to it in this video. And if this video gets a decent response, I'll keep on making this video, and we'll continue showing the Mayans dominating the world, hopefully. And we'll go ahead and start with faith and religion. In faith, you'll see in the upper left corner with all our currencies, we have the dove, the white dove or bird on the right. And essentially, it's another cumulative currency that you'll get. You don't necessarily lose it or spend it, but you'll get choices when you accumulate enough. Kind of like your sciences. Your sciences, you get enough science, you'll get techs earlier. So we'll end up now with the basic currencies of science, where you'll get your techs earlier. You're going to get your gold, which obviously gold will allow you to buy units, allow you to provide gifts to your city-states. You'll get happiness, which can induce golden ages, and then you'll get your culture, which allows you to enact policies. And then now we're going to get faith, and faith is going to allow us to gain special abilities. And you get faith by building the same way, by building faith-based buildings. Once you accumulate enough faith, you'll get to build a pantheon, and this will allow you to select a special attribute. This attribute can be kind of like a different way of, gaining fertility, a fertility faith, fertility god. You can gain faith through buildings. You can gain them through exploring ruins, which I don't think we get lucky enough to get it right there with that ruin. And essentially, you'll get the pantheon, and you'll get to pick a new trait, and this will allow you to, it's a bonus. That's essentially what it is. Another way that you can cultivate your city, whether it's to cover up a weakness of your civilization, or it's to, continue one of your strengths of a civilization. It's another way to craft the game to your own. And then beyond that, let's see, we got some culture for that little exploring that we've been doing around there. And once you get the faith, after you're able to build more faith and you'll continue the curse, you'll get a prophet. You'll get, a prophet, whether it's Jesus or whomever you want it to be, and you'll get to found your own religion at that point. In which case, when you found your own religion, you will also get to pick two special bonuses when finding your own religion, whether it's other little things like such as gaining faith when having workshops, or it could be something simple as that, or something a little more abstract. Some of these bonuses are really cool, and the faith then allows you to spread. And then once you continue to build your faith, you can then purchase new items, whether it be missionaries to go and convert other cities and stuff like that. So I haven't fully explored the faith aspect, but it's another way of cultivating Civilization 5 into the civilization that you want it to be. Religion is, for most of history and currently it's an incredibly powerful piece of the world, and something that I'm really glad that they brought it back into the game. I really am. It's something that I think has been very important. It's something that has caused wars and solved wars and made peace, and so it's really good to have it back in Civilization in such a prominent way. So you'll see in the game that we actually now are on an island. We discovered everything around there. We're on our own little island, but fortunately, it's an island that's filled with a lot of resources. We have a lot of different luxuries, which is going to be very useful in expansion. We have horses, which can be useful once we explore. We've got a lot of fish resources almost everywhere around the island. So here we really need to cater our game to the fact that we're going to be an island-based nation. We really need to focus on anything that's going to be naval. So we're going to have to go optics really early. We already went sailing pretty early on. I think we already have it at this point. Is that we're going to need optics. We're going to need to be able to go out and explore. Once we get rid of these barbarians, we're going to have to start looking to expand our empire into other directions. It's, we're not going to have that same old thing where we butt up against other nations and then we can kind of quarrel with them when we feel that we have the advantage. We're going to be at the mercy of everything around us. Everything's going to take us a little bit longer, but there are also some advantages to being on an island. One is defense. Other than these barbarians, we're going to be able to not have to worry and kind of scale back our expansion, or whether it be through tech or through culture, or however we want to proceed, however I decide to proceed. We're not going to have to stop that and halt that to build up an army really quick, or to make sure that we have adequate defenses that somebody doesn't think we're a pushover. These are very key, important ingredients, but we definitely need to get boats up. We need to get them up. We need to get them going, and we need to see the rest of the world. I don't want to do a Korea type game where you can kind of just be on an island and win the whole game on an island. I've done that. It's a lot of fun when you do it. If you've played the Korean nation in the game, it is, the perfect island tech nation. You can get to space. I think I went and got to space and never was in a war. I was barely seen. No one even knew who I was. We're out flying to Alpha Centauri with absolutely no problem because of all the different advantages that Korea has in that, but the Mayans, we're going to want to try to play this a little differently. I definitely want to try to experience the espionage. That's the main reason that I want to go exploring and getting with other people, because I want to get that espionage going in the later stages of the game. So you see here, we're going to start getting horses. We're going to build our stable. We've got our wheat farm up. We've got our other farm up. We should be building workboats very soon, and hopefully taking out these barbarians. We're going to take these guys out right here, and of course there's one left. That's a great example. That's another change in the game. They've made it so you're able to hold your lines more. It's not going to be, oh man, a bad dice roll and you're just knocked out. You get one shot, two shot. They've made it the dice rolls are not as dramatic, so it'll take longer to go. You're going to have a little bit more defense. This is something that a lot of people wanted. It's something that I actually like. It makes it so you don't have to build have such a large upkeep. If you've got a strong neighboring army beside you, you don't have to have such a huge upkeep an army just because he has an army. Your defenses can last a little bit longer in Gods and Kings, which allows you to build and expand in other ways. You can tech up faster while he's got this giant standing army. So if you have a standing army, you definitely need to use it. You need to go through and you need to attack somebody with it. Having a standing defense army isn't going to do you all that good. It's also going to be, the games are going to be a little bit longer. The games are going to be longer, and the combat's going to be just that much tougher, and a lot of the combat advantages are going to be that much tougher, especially Japan's advantage of being able to attack at full strength no matter how many member. That's going to be a really key advantage, because defenses are going to be playing such a stronger role in the game now. Well, guys, that is it for my first episode of the Mayans and Let's Play Civilization 5 Gods and Kings. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I'm trying something new, trying to get more content for you guys on my YouTube channel. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know, if you guys are playing Civ 5, what you're into, what is your favorite nation and stuff like that. As always, leave me comments. I love responding to them. I love interacting with you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And let me know if there's any ways that you guys think that we should improve it, or anything like that. If they should be shorter, if they should be longer, if we should, how we should do other little things about that. I'm just trying some new stuff for you guys. And that's it, guys. As always, take care. Have a good 4th of July for my stateside subscribers and visitors. And that's it, guys. Everyone else around the world, have a wonderful Wednesday, Thursday, and take care. Bye.